So you ready for the next question?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a lot of crazy things
I
that
love
happened
crazy.
to me.
No way.
Like first week of school, a Hollywood agent came to talk to our class. When you decide you're going to make creativity your livelihood, it's up and down, and you're ultimately up to someone else if you're going to work.
Yes.
Hi everyone, it's Naomi. Welcome to Naomi Channel. 皆さんこんにちは、ナオミです。今日はなんとアメリカのハリウッド女優の方に英語でインタビューをして、その会話を通していろいろな生きた英語に皆さんに触れていただける動画となっています。会話は全部英語になりますが、字幕もしっかりつけますし、リスニングにもとっても良いのでお楽しみいただける動画となっておりますので、ぜひ最後までご覧ください。そして字幕をご覧になりたい方は必ず YouTube の字幕機能をオンにしてご覧ください。そしてこのインタビューが聞き取れるか、リスニング力に挑戦したい方は字幕なしでぜひご覧になってみてください。今回インタビューをさせていただくハリウッド女優さんはセリーナ・ヴィンセントさんといって、以前からいろいろなテレビ番組や映画にご出演なさっていて、ハリウッドで活躍なさっている女優さんです。最近ではディズニーチャンネルの人気シリーズでもご活躍なさっていた方なのですが、概要欄に彼女の情報とインスタグラム、そしてポッドキャストのリンクを載せておきますので、ぜひ後ほどご覧ください。なぜ今回このようなインタビューができるようになったかというと、実は彼女、私の主人のいとこなんです。彼女と会うたびに思うのは、本当にさすが女優さん、とにかく会話がお上手で、話していて面白いし、コミュニケーション能力がお高いので、今回は彼女との会話を通していろいろな生きた英語に皆さんに触れていただける形となっています。多分パート1とパート2に分けてのお届けとなりますので、ぜひ両方の動画をご覧いただけると嬉しいです。このインタビューでは彼女にハリウッド女優って実際どういう感じなのとか、女優になったきっかけとか、ハリウッドで嬉しかったことや苦しかったことなど、いろいろと英語でお聞きして、皆さんの英会話習得に役立てばと思います。そして今後ハリウッド俳優や女優を目指したい方にも役立つ情報になればと思っています。途中ちょっとネットの関係で映像が乱れてしまう部分があるんですけれども、また元に戻るのでご了承ください。ナオミチャンネルでは普段は英語習得に関する情報や知識、そしてアメリカに関する情報や映像をお届けしていますので、今後もっと英語力を伸ばしたいという方、そしてアメリカの情報にご興味のある方はぜひチャンネル登録をいただき、一緒に英語力、そしてグローバルな感覚を伸ばしていければと思います。それでは始めましょう。
Hi Serena, how are you?
Hello, Naomi. I'm so good. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, so good to see you. You look so amazing as always.
Thank you. Well, my camera is blown out right now, so
No.
I look like I have no wrinkles, which is cool. But you look gorgeous and flawless as usual.
No, thank you.
Well, I'm honest.
Thank you so much for saying yes to this idea. So I know I told you that I've already done an introduction of you, but just
Yes.
I'm going to do another one just really quickly for my audience.
Cool.
I have an amazing opportunity to be able to speak to and interview a Hollywood actress, Serena Vincent. Yay!
Aw, thank you.
So I'm very excited that you said yes to this idea. I thought it would be a very exciting and fun thing for me and also my audience. One, not so often you get to talk to a Hollywood actress. Well, maybe in LA, but not so much for the rest of the world. And, two, we get to learn about you and learn about what is it really like to be an actress in Hollywood, which we don't get to hear so often from a real actress.
Well, what I love about what you're doing too is, as an actress, I always like to take the opportunity to do things like this so people know the truth. Because I do feel like when you're in the entertainment industry, people can just make big assumptions about who you are,
right,
based off of just roles that you've played. So I appreciate you doing this.
Yes, thank you. And
thank you.
I think, as you know, my channel is about giving information, providing information and knowledge on learning English and also American culture and trends. So this will be very exciting for my audience to be able to hear the real American conversation through our chat, which is very different from my usual English lessons.
Yeah. Well, I'm really truly honored to be here. And also, have you told your audience yet that we're family now?
Oh yes.
I was invited to Naomi's wedding, which
yes.
was extraordinary, and I'm just so grateful to know you and that we're family.
I know.
And that we have this time today.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. So today I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about what it's like to be an actress in Hollywood, if that's
Cool.
okay.
Yeah.
So maybe without further ado, maybe let's get right into it, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So question number one, or the first question, at what age did you know you wanted to go into acting? And what made you initially want to pursue a career in acting?
So, great question. My mother was a ballet teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a dance studio in the back of our house.
Oh, okay.
And she taught like all the neighborhood kids ballet, tap, and jazz. And so I grew up
Mm-hmm.
with this dance studio in my house, essentially. So I grew up, there was an attic, and the attic was filled with costumes.
Oh, wow.
And so one of my cousins, my cousin Mandy and I would make up plays and shows and dress up in the costumes and sell tickets and have whatever little events. I think when I was like in third grade and I was in the school play, and I memorized the entire play. So I didn't just know my lines, but I knew I knew everybody's lines. And
wait, why did you memorize it? Just because you were that into it, or?
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know if I spent the time memorizing it. I just knew the whole show.
Oh wow.
And then so I think my parents were like, oh, maybe there's something here.
Yeah.
So I thought that people who were on TV that or in movies, I was like, how do you get there? You know what I mean? How does that happen?
Yeah.
I just felt like I would watch these shows as a kid and be like, I want to do that, but I don't know how do you get there? I felt like those people lived on a different planet, those actors. I did a little bit of modeling in high school, and I was Miss Nevada Teen, so I was, I traveled the country. So I did that. And
how old were you then?
16.
16.
And 16. And then after high school, I was going to go to college, I don't know, not in California, not in Los Angeles, not in Hollywood. I was going to go somewhere else. And at the last second, my heart was like, no, I need to go to LA. And I just need to see if I can do this, So I started college at Marymount College.
Yes. Wait, where is that?
Marymount. It's actually Loyola Marymount is near where you live.
Oh, yes.
And Marymount College is up in Palos Verdes.
Oh, wow.
So I went there. There was a theater. I joined the theater class. The first week of school, a Hollywood agent came to talk to our class.
Oh,
and I walked right up to him after class, and I just said, "Will you be my agent?"
No way.
I don't know, something like that. And I went and auditioned for him. Yes. He took me on as a client, and the second week that I lived
in. Wow.
And I hustled, and I was going out on auditions. I didn't know a thing. I didn't have we didn't even have cell phones then. I had a pager, those little
pagers. Oh yeah.
Anyway, that's how I started.
So
that's a very long answer.
So that's interesting. Thank you. So the transition from where you lived and deciding to pursue acting and moving out to Hollywood sounds like it was pretty smooth because you went to college. Your initial destination was college to learn acting, right? So it wasn't like, mom and dad, I'm just packing up and I'm gonna just go out to Hollywood and see if I could make it out there. You had college, so it must have been easier to convince your parents, or were they supportive throughout this whole process, or was there any convincing that you had to do when you moved out here?
So they were supportive of obviously the college, and they were supportive of, but so by the second semester of my first year in college, I had booked a movie.
Oh wow.
Which had made me union, and we shot in Big Bear, California. So I would have to shoot all night, and then I had to take some time off classes, then it was terms, and I'd have to not sleep and drive in and do my midterms, and my parents were a little weirded out about that. But then I booked that show Power Rangers. That was my first series regular.
Amazing.
And when I got that, I had to quit school because that was a 14-hour a day gig.
Right.
5 days a week, 14-hour days. And they weren't excited about me quitting school, but I just did it anyway.
Right.
I mean, it was a job. It was a real job.
Yeah. That's amazing.
TV series.
Yeah. So real quick to my audience. So Serena was in the TV series Power Ranger, which was originally from Japan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Power Ranger. And then
so I was my series was Power Rangers Lost Galaxy.
Okay.
And I played Maya, the yellow Power Ranger, and that's some yellow behind us.
Yes.
Inspiration. So in our series, all of them actually, they would take the original version from Japan, and we would use some of the Japanese footage, and then we would add it to our footage here. So it's combined with the original Japanese footage. Yeah.
So cool.
Really
so
cool.
Serena was in the American version of the Power Ranger, and she was yellow.
My character's name was Maya, and I was the yellow Power Ranger.
Yeah.
Maya, the yellow Power Ranger.
How cool is that? That's awesome. Well, thank you for answering my question number 1. There's more questions to go. So
okay.
So so you kind of answered this question. If you did, let me know. How was your experience moving out to Hollywood at first? Like, was it different? Was it different from what you expected? Was there any challenges?
So my experience moving to Hollywood was, well, let me say it this way. I didn't come from like piles of money, right? I grew up middle class, lower middle class. And so I didn't have money. So, it was a struggle. I ate my things in the dorms at college.
What did you eat?
Not very much. That's a whole other episode. But like, you know what I mean? So it was definitely, I mean, I think it's still a struggle. It's just because it's a volatile career. It is the highs and lows.
Right.
And so, but I think we come from like a family of hustlers. And so I just, keep going. There's oftentimes like, sometimes you'll have the best things going in your career, but like be broke.
Yes.
It doesn't always like, things don't really like work at the same time in this business, and not a lot of actors talk about this, but it is a huge piece of like when you decide you're going to make creativity your livelihood, it's up and down, and you're ultimately up to someone else if you're going to work.
Yes. In terms of coming to this city of Los Angeles, you have families here, so you were kind of already familiar with, in terms of like what the city would look like, what people are like in that?
Not really. I think I thought I did. I think I thought I knew Los Angeles, but I didn't really. I didn't realize like how big it was. And there are 10 million people that live here, and like the freeway system, and like again, like we didn't have our iPhones to navigate. I was alone, really. Yeah. I was all alone. Learning Los Angeles was a process, and it definitely, it took me a minute to navigate the city, but I fell in love with Los Angeles immediately.
That is cool.
I came from Las Vegas, and I immediately knew that I did not want to ever move back to Las Vegas.
Really? What was it about Los Angeles that made you like fall in love with the city so much at first? Sorry, I'm like fixing my hair as I talk to you.
It's everything. It's like, I come from the desert, and so rain just is magical to me. And so like the smell of the rain, how green it was, the beaches, being able to just, the landscape is amazing. Go running on like and I do feel like it's so big, you can get like lost in LA in a good way. Like there's a lot of magic here. I do think that there's a lot of beauty and a lot of really cool creative people.
All right, well, thank you so much. So let's move on to the next question. Any horror story of being an actor in Hollywood that you could share? Like, was there something ever crazy happened to you?
I have a lot of crazy
Oh,
things
I
that
love
have happened
crazy.
to me. Okay, so I just need to figure out like which one, like what kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Well, when you say crazy, what do you mean?
Like horror, like I don't know, like
Okay, here we go.
only in Hollywood kind of maybe story.
I have had at least 2,
Mhm.
maybe 3 real peeping toms, if you want to talk about
Oh, no
horror and
way.
scary. Yeah. So I was living in an apartment in like Studio City area,
Mhm.
and there was always like a guy that seemed to always be around whenever I was coming home late and parking my car.
Like walking around.
And yeah, like I saw him like a lot, and I had a weird feeling.
Oh,
And at one point, like he said hi to me, and he knew my name, and I thought that was weird.
that is weird.
So it was like there's like an apartment building here,
Mhm.
and then there was an apartment building here,
Mhm.
and there was this alley in the middle,
Mhm.
and my window was here,
Mhm.
and this guy used to sit in the alley and watch me through my bedroom window.
Oh my
and-
goodness. Wait, so how long was he watching you for?
I mean, probably months.
No way.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. And that
And
still
then-
didn't traumatize you and move like you,
Oh, it
you didn't
did.
move back
I mean-
to LA, Las Vegas.
No, I didn't move back to Las Vegas. Then it happened again.
No way.
I was married and I went through a divorce.
Mhm.
And I left my house and I moved into this little apartment complex that ended up having like a lot of divorced actresses
Oh.
in it. And there was rumors that there was a peeping Tom like in the whole complex. And I was sitting out in the porch. I was on the phone, like drinking wine and
Mhm.
going over a script or something.
Yeah.
I saw the guy. Like,
Oh,
I like felt something and I like turned and I like saw him.
that is so freaky.
Yeah, and so I ran upstairs and like we called the cops
Yeah.
and like the whole thing. Anyway, they didn't catch him that night, but they caught him a few nights later sneaking into a woman's bathroom
Oh
or
my-
house while she was in the shower.
No
the-
way.
Yeah, in my building to the next.
That
floor.
is so scary. I got
So there you go. There's a couple horror stories
I
for
got
you.
goosebumps because can you imagine like that could have been you too. He could have broken into
I know,
your place. That is so scary.
Oh, it was.
So you ready for the next question?
Yeah.
Okay, so what has been the happiest thing that has happened to you so far as an actress?
いかがでしたでしょうか？生の英語は聞き取れましたか？本当に彼女といつもお話しするときはすごく楽しいので、今回の動画を皆さんにもお楽しみいただけたら嬉しいです。こちらの動画で入りきらなかった部分は来週パート2としてお届けしますので、ぜひそちらもお見逃しなく。こちらのチャンネルでは普段英語習得に関する情報や知識、そしてアメリカに関する情報や映像をお届けしていますので、今後もっと英語力を伸ばしていきたい方、そしてアメリカの情報にご興味のある方は、ぜひチャンネル登録をいただき、一緒に英語力、そしてグローバルな感覚を伸ばしていければと思います。それでは皆さん、Thank you so much for watching my video. I will see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.